Here's once again considering changes to how much auto insurance coverage you'd be required to have.
But the question is, would the changes cost you more in the long run or less right now? News 3's political reporter Jessica Arp joins us to explain. Jess.
Well, the state budget passed in June made a few changes to your insurance. You're now required to have it on your car, but it's the minimum levels you're now supposed to have that some lawmakers want to change. A serious or tragic car crash might be on your list of worst nightmare situations, especially if a driver who hit you only has limited insurance.
The question really today is not whether there should be minimum coverages. It is whether or not those minimum coverages adopted almost 3 decades ago are still meaningful coverages. Are they still reasonable? Do they still protect state taxpayers? Do they still protect citizens?
But some lawmakers say seeing a bigger bill in your mailbox for newly required under- and uninsured motorist coverage could also be the last thing cash-strapped residents want to see.
The public believes that people should have coverage, but if they can't afford it, they're not going to buy it, and then that just forces more people to be uninsured.
Some say the minimums have driven up costs, especially a fleet of 43 cabs.
As I understand it, it's about $50,000 more than we paid last year, even though our claims had decreased last year from previous years.
Insurance companies say it's because motorists are forced to carry coverage they don't need.
It comes down to either eating, it comes down to insurance. Well, you know which one's going to win. People are going to eat.
But the state commissioner of insurance says the measures are a protection for consumers, even if they don't necessarily feel protected.
And personally, I think it's good that people have insurance. It's just, this has affected us dramatically different than it's intended to.
You might want to get out your auto insurance policy and check it. Here are the current minimums that went into effect November 1st. Coverage needs to be $15,000 for property damage, $25,000 and $50,000 for bodily injury, and $100,000 and $300,000 for under- and uninsured liability.
So what does the future of this bill look like right now, Jess?
Well, at this point, the Democratic chair of this committee says this Republican bill will not get a vote, and today's hearing was just for informational purposes, but there have been some discussions of amendments that could make it move forward in the legislature, but we will have to, of course, see that in the coming weeks.
And something we will continue to follow. Jessica Arp reporting tonight. Jess, thanks.